The spring of 1775 hung heavy with uncertainty in the Virginia colony. On March 23rd, inside the plain brick walls of St. John's Church in Richmond, more than 100 delegates gathered for the Second Virginia Convention. The air smelled of candle wax, wet wool coats, and rising fear. George Washington sat among them, grave and watchful. A young Thomas Jefferson observed from the other side, taking notes. For days, the men had debated one question. Should Virginia raise its own militia and prepare for war against Britain, or send yet another humble petition begging for peace? Many still hoped reconciliation was possible. Moderates spoke of caution, warning that arming would only provoke harsher measures from the crown. But then, Patrick Henry stood. He was not imposing. He was slender, redhead, dressed simply. But his presence commanded the room the moment he began. Patrick Henry opened with respect. He said, "No man thinks more highly than I do of the patriotism as well as abilities of the very worthy gentlemen who have just addressed the House." But his voice soon sharpened like a blade. He recounted a decade of colonial grievances, taxes imposed without representation, petitions ignored, insults returned for humility. "Our supplications," he said, "have been disregarded. Our remonstrances have produced additional violence and insult. We have been spurned with contempt from the foot of the throne." Henry dismissed hope as delusion. He said, "Shall we gather strength by a resolution and an action? Shall we acquire the means of effectual resistance by lying supinely on our backs and hugging the delusive phantom of hope until our enemies shall have bound us hand and foot?" The delegates in the room, they shifted uneasily at this point. So Henry pressed on, painting a stark picture. He said, "British fleets and armies already sent, not to negotiate, but to conquer. Their chains are forged. Their clanking may be heard from the plains of Boston." He invoked the Almighty, the soil of Virginia, the 3 million souls ready to defend their freedom. There is no just God who presides over the destinies of nations and who will raise up friends to fight our battles for us. Then the turning point. Gentlemen may cry out, "Peace, peace," but there is no peace. The war is actually begun. The next gale that sweeps from the north will bring to our ears the clash of resounding arms. Our brethren are ready in the field. Why stand we here idle? Silence gripped the church. Henry's eyes burned. He stretched out his arms as if testing invisible shackles. Is life so dear or peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God. And in one fluid motion, he snatched a letter opener from the table and he raised it high, and then he drove it towards his own chest in this dramatic gesture of a man choosing death over bondage. "I know not what course others may take," he thundered, "but as for me, give me liberty or give me death." The room froze. For several heartbeats, no one moved. Then, applause and shouts erupted. Two arms, men leaped to their feet, faces alight with resolve. The vote came swiftly. Henry's resolutions passed, narrowly, but enough. Virginia would arm its militia and commit to the fight. Now there is no full transcript of Henry's speech taken that day. These words were later recounted from memories and witnesses and Jefferson's notes. Yet the fire Henry kindled needed no exact record. Within weeks, the first shots rang out at Lexington and Concord. The American Revolution had begun in earnest. And one man's defiant cry, delivered in a humble church in Richmond, still echoes throughout history. Give me liberty or give me death. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. God bless you, and stay free.